Good morning, my fellow observant, perceptive, insightful patriots. Now, we all knew this was gonna happen. We don't need CNN to tell us this, but let's look at the headline anyway. Vice President Harris's team tries to distance her from fraught situation at the border. Do you notice how CNN goes to great lengths not to call it a border crisis? Let's go on a little bit with the story. In the weeks since the president asked her to take charge of immigration from Central America, Vice President Kamala Harris and her staff have yet to visit the border. Have sought to make one thing clear. She does not manage the southern border, despite direction from the former vice president. Uncle Joe announced Harris's new assignment on March 24 ahead of an immigration meeting in the White House State Dining Room, telling reporters that he had asked the vice president because she's the most qualified person to do it, to lead our efforts with Mexico and the Northern Triangle and the countries that can need help in stemming the movement of so many folks stemming from the migration to our southern border. Well, that's a lot of long words and palaver to say that folks were streaming across our southern border into the U.S., and he wanted Harris to stop it. But Camel Toe, like I said, has yet to even visit the southern border. All right, let's go back to March 24 when he actually said this, and I'll bring up a news source that is particularly leftist and biased toward Camel Toe. Take a look at what Politico says. Back in March, Biden makes Harris the point person on immigration issues amid border surge. Yes, it was during this huge surge where all these unaccompanied minors were being thrown literally over the wall into Texas that she was put in charge to try to stem this crisis. And in the subheadline, you can see it even better. The role puts Harris front and center at one of the most politically risky issues for the White House. That's right. Uncle Joe was sidestepping this issue and putting Camel Toe right in the gun sights of this issue. Now, let's see what Uncle Joe actually said. I can think of nobody who is better qualified to do this, Uncle Joe told reporters at the White House. Camel Toe's main focus, the senior administration official told reporters earlier Wednesday, will be two-pronged, working to slow the flow of irregular immigrants. Irregular. Another new word for illegal migration. By addressing the root causes that prompt them to leave their home countries. We all know why they're leaving their home countries. Their home countries are dirt poor. They wish to better themselves, and they can think of no quicker way to doing it than by going across our border illegally. They know that even if they can't find jobs in many states, these illegals will immediately get aid from the states that they enter into. If we really want to stem the root cause of this illegal immigration, we could force states to obey federal law, not to give federal tax dollars out to illegal immigrants. But that's something even President Trump couldn't do. There was another reason I chose to talk about good old Camel Toe. She made the news again this weekend. Let's go to her Twitter page. Look what she says about herself. Vice President of the United States, wife to the first second gentleman. Momala. You know, I'm an old man. I didn't know what Momala is. I had to look it up in the Urban Dictionary. The Urban Dictionary states that a Momala is someone who isn't your mom but treats you with care. So she self-defines herself as someone who will treat you with care. And she also calls herself an auntie. Now, an auntie is something I'm very familiar with here in Hawaii because it's a term of respect that the local people in Hawaii give to any older woman who shows them any love at all. And it says she's going to be fighting for the people, except those at the border, of course. But let's get on to her tweets. Now, she did try to back up on a tweet that she made earlier in the weekend with this one right here. We honor those members of our military who sacrificed their lives in order to defend our freedoms. We owe these heroes and their loved ones everything, not just on Memorial Day, every day. And why did she feel obligated to make this tweet? Well, because of one she made earlier in the weekend. Let's look at this. And by the way, I was surprised she hadn't deleted it. Enjoy the long weekend. And then you see good old smiling camel toe right there. That's what she was originally intending to say for the Memorial Day weekend. Just enjoy the long weekend. Forget what this weekend's about. Just go enjoy a barbecue. Enjoy your family. Don't think of all those people who died to defend your freedom. This is a far cry from what President Trump said about the Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to end this diatribe on what he said about Memorial Day. So let's go to his webpage right now. On this Memorial Day, we remember the fallen heroes who took their last breaths in defense of our nation, our families, our citizens, and our sacred freedoms. The depth of their devotion, the steel of their resolve, and the purity of their patriotism has no equal in human history. On distant battlefields, in far-off oceans, and high in the skies above, they faced down our enemies and gave their lives so that America would prevail. They made the supreme sacrifice so that our people can live in safety and our nation can thrive in peace. It is because of their gallantry that we can, together as one people, continue with our pursuit of America's glorious destiny. We owe all that we are and everything we ever hope to be to these unrivaled heroes. Their memory and their legacy is immortal. Our loyalty to them and to their families is eternal and everlasting. America's warriors are the single greatest force for justice, peace, liberty, and security among all the nations ever to exist on earth. God bless our fallen soldiers, sailors, Coast Guardsmen, airmen, and Marines. We honor them today, forever, and always. I'll leave it to you as to which statement better honored our fallen heroes on Memorial Day.